www.oghuskyradio.com. Broadcasting live from the Barcada Lounge. What is this, on Fountain and Vine in the beautiful city of Hollywood? Y'all got to roll through and support this spot. Is like super hospitable and like, man, they with it. Just trust me. You could bring your family, your friends, everything here. Just trust me. That's not even a paid commercial, dog. I'm just, they accommodated us really good. You know what I mean? Go ahead and introduce yourselves individually. Who we got up in the spot?
This is Redbeard, the feared one. Those who despise are the ones who hide from the sun. Black and brown movement.
I am Mad Rebels One, the mad scientist. Black and brown movement, hip hop for the people, positive minded apparel.
Word up. Black and brown movement, group, a gang. What is it, man?
No, we're an organization.
Yeah.
The organization that rhymes, or
we rhyme. We do community activists. We building for our community. We're working on opening up youth centers.
So.
Breaking barriers, you know what I'm saying? No borders, no boundaries, no.
We realized the government's tricks, and so we started this back in '89 when our brother Juan Carlos, we was on the porch chilling, listening to James Brown, and we was listening to I'm Black and I'm Proud. And he was like, what did we say? We black and we brown. And that's it.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying?
Started.
I got to ask, so when has the government ever tricked you?
When has the government ever tricked me?
Yeah.
Shit, when they said I was a part of this motherfucking American dream. That's the biggest trick, telling me I was an equal party. But then the Constitution says I'm 3/5 of a man.
They tricked us both when they said we had to pay taxes.
Yeah.
When really
non-ratified Constitution.
In the Constitution that we supposed to pay taxes.
What makes you guys look at that or have that view or look at it differently then? You know what I mean? Most people ain't gonna try to like think like that or try to like stand up against, join a movement or do.
We grew up together.
The anthem. Can we just spit the anthem for you real quick?
Yeah, go
It'll
for it.
tell you everything.
Go for it.
We, the Black and Brown movement, believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived at Aslan. From east to west, this makes us all people of the sun. Through 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 500 years of resistance. There's a few things we retain through bravery and resistance. The gospel, the culture, and the music. And the fight for our children.
OGHuskyRadio.com. Straight up, man. What's the latest project you guys have out right now?
We got an album out on iTunes and all the platforms. It's called Birth of a Movement by Black Brown Movement.
Word up. We're here for Darkside. How'd you guys meet Darkside?
We met him, man.
Cal State, LA?
We lived on top of the hill, Cal State, LA, where the Beatles first lived when they came to America. And we was up there doing our thing, and our boy Bruce Banner brought him through from the campus and introduced us to him, and from that day on, we just rocked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I produced the album, a song. Him and my brother did an album called Don't Say Nothing, and then we just gelled from that point on. Our brotherhood it never stopped, you know?
My son was he 4?
3?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4 years old, in that range when we did our first song together, and my son will be 18 on January 1st. So That's how long we've known Darkside.
Word up, word up. And then were you guys involved with him doing Hip Hop Congress, or how do you guys?
He introduced us to Hip Hop Congress. We're currently working with Hip Hop Congress right now on a project where you can get your accreditation to teach hip hop without having all the traditional schooling and degrees and whatnot. So I got introduced. We got introduced.
Yeah,
to
he
the
plugged
Hip Hop
us,
Congress through him.
introduced us to him, and then
now we're basically
picking up the mantle where he left off.
What is Hip Hop Congress for anybody that knows him or knew him? He definitely held it down for that. But what is Hip Hop Congress for like those that don't know?
Yeah, Hip Hop Congress is an organization that has chapters throughout the United States, from the East Coast to the West Coast. And Darkside was one of their representatives and affiliates for this Southern California region. And so basically they're really promoting hip hop, promoting education, promoting those two, the fusion of those two. Also promoting education of artists, so artists are educated on the business.
Hip-hop awareness in a depth, diverse form.
Yeah.
Straight up. And then Artists United, what is that? Or are you guys involved with that also?
Yeah.
Artists United to End Homelessness.
Once again, Darkside
plugged
us in with our brother Lee
Shouts
Ballinger.
out to Lee Ballinger. Been to
And
who
Ben
just
too,
performed.
who just performed. He's part of the Artists United to End Homelessness.
What can people do right now that could help Artists United for Homelessness? What can they do like right now? Like anyone
Just
listening?
Go on to Artists United to End Homelessness. You can find the Facebook page. Give your information, and we'll shoot out information to you as far as events we got coming up.
But also they can go to their council members
Yep.
and start protesting about the gentrification aspects of why there's
community.
millions and millions of dollars that have been set aside to end homelessness, but it's still being given to the high contracted real estate investors.
But is that a direct correlation with gentrification though, or
I believe so.
how so? How so though?
Because we have a nonprofit organization in Gil Garcetti. Our girls, we have a cheerleading program for young girls. Our girls have performed at his mansion a couple times, Halloween and Christmas, and he know what we're attempting to do as far as the youth centers. Well, I ain't no youth centers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we're attempting to open
But
24-hour youth centers.
But that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's totally legit.
No kids on the
You
No
know
more
what I mean?
kids on the
Yeah.
corner, yo.
Yeah, straight up. But then how does gentrification come into like even just
He's giving away everything that's supposed to be given to the little people to not be in this epidemic.
It's the everyday person who's working their job, their 9 to 5, who, like he said earlier, attempting to live
The American dream.
have and own your own home. So you're in an area that's getting gentrified and you're getting pushed out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get bought out at a lower market rate. You know what I'm saying? And the properties that are in these areas that are not being used.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
Look at what they did at USC.
Yeah.
Denny's.
Yeah.
They took out Denny's. Who takes out Denny's? I mean,
Just little local things like that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they got some little bougie ass, you know what I mean, little restaurant right there, and it's like,
What could we do then? Like people in the hood, growing up, living in the hood right now. What
stop
can they
selling
do?
your property.
Yeah.
Can't say that again, bro.
Stop selling your property.
Yep.
Keep your ancestors and their history alive. They fought to own that piece of property, and now you guys are selling it out for some money. Then you're looking back later realizing you could have more money if you had just held on to it.
Be involved in your community and your community politics. Know who your local politicians are. There's neighborhood councils, like you said, city and, bigger and bigger. But just even on your own neighborhood, know who these people are, know what they're about, and you have the power to vote them in or out.
Voices.
If you're not
need
involved
voices.
in that process, then you're not,
Voices.
making
It's all about voices.
affecting your own environment.
OGSQRadio.com. I mean, any cool stories you could tell us about Darkside, or you want to elaborate?
What you got?
The only one that I got was his birthday when we went to the bowling alley over in Eagle Rock, and he
forgot about
performed. And I didn't even know this was one of his songs, but he did it. I'm just a simple man, and he sung the hook, and it was just surprising. But seeing him do it, and then he had his beard and everything, it was like, I'm just a simple man. And
He took it to another
yeah,
level.
he took it on a whole nother level, and it was, he was very gifted. You know what I'm saying? And
multifaceted.
he was an angel on this earth, bro. And I was honored to know him because, like I said, I was a victim of homelessness, and while I was going through it, my brother was there for me. You know what I mean? And me and him bonded at that time. And I just say to people right now, I live and fight with cancer. I have 2 forms of cancer. You got to go to the doctor. I mean, we as black and brown people got to stop being macho and go get a checkup. Shit. You'll live longer. You'll get to enjoy your children
mental health
and grandchildren as well as mental health.
Yeah.
Stop with the taboo.
There's nothing wrong with therapy.
The taboo and mentality. We got to take care of our own, and if we don't get help, then how can we?
I got one real quick with Darkside. We did a song together, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. And we had been working on it for a while. He had started teaching at, was it Marquez in HP?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was teaching there. And
Susan Marquez.
yeah, he was real busy, but we wanted him on this song badly. So at the time, he was living out in Lancaster, too. And so we couldn't get out there. He was having trouble hooking up with us. So we just, put it together, put the whole song together. He told us just put it together. Give me, what's the concept and, how many bars.
Oh, that new technology on Pro Tools.
Yeah, he just hooked it up, and shot it to us, and we, put it together, and it was dope, So
what's the name of the track? Where can we find it?
It's called "Land of the Free, Home of the Brave."
It'll be coming out soon.
We're gonna put it out.
It's getting all cleaned up and get
Check
proper.
out. We have a YouTube channel, Black Brown Movement 88. Okay. It's the same as our IG handle, and we do a podcast as well, Black and Brown Movement Radio podcast, Third Eye Radio, and so we play a lot of our music. That song you'll catch on there. We got about 27 episodes now, starting last year, and so check it out. Darkside is all over the episodes. We got some tribute shows that we did with him and some videos and stuff.
Yeah, our mission is to keep his legacy alive because he did big things in the educational community as well as the hip hop community.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And just in general, not to mention, he was a dope ass dad. If they had a nomination for Dad of the Year, that motherfucker would get my vote because if you look at his Instagram page, today, they were at the zoo, the old zoo, hanging out doing crazy, or they have the free music events.
They were a priority to him.
The kids are going to be strong because he gave them a foundation of culture and the deep. They're going to be good because he was good.
Word up. OG Husky Radio, stay posted.
OG Husky Radio, Black and Brown Movement.
OG Husky Radio.
Stay posted.